Check, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Alright, so this video is on the law of gender. This is one of 7 videos where I'm discussing the 7 Hermetic principles, better known today as the universal laws. So, the law of gender. This is not going to be a long video because honestly I don't have a whole lot to say on the law of gender. Being the law of gender is so similar to the law of polarity, which I just did a video on. So the main distinction would only be that the law of polarity is just dealing with the opposites that exist in everything, just in all opposites everywhere. And the law of gender is more focused on the two energies, being that feminine and masculine. The law of gender says that the masculine and feminine energies must be balanced in order for creation to occur. A simple way of looking at it is the man and woman having to come together in order to create their offspring, in order to bring a child in this world. However, the overall principle isn't really talking about masculine and feminine on a sexual level. It's more talking about the universal forces of masculine and feminine energy. All right, I'm gonna read just a quick few words that they put in this book about Shakti. I'm not gonna read it all. I'm gonna jump around a little bit, and then we can just go from there. It says Shakti. Shakti is a universal principle of energy, power, or creativity. This energy is personified as feminine, as Shakti, the universal mother. She is inseparable from the one who beholds her, the Shaktiman, the masculine principle, or universal father. Shaktiman is called Brahman by the writers of the Upanishads. In the Tantric tradition, he is called Shiva. The universe is in fact a product of this pair of opposites. One static, Shaktiman, and the other dynamic, Shakti. The external part of everything is the creative aspect of the dynamic force. And inside every dynamic creation is the static force, which is the nucleus of phenomenal existence. The play of Shakti has no beginning or end. Although it is restless, the energy does move in an orderly cycle, alternating periods of motion and rest. During the period of motion, through permutations and various combinations, the energy undergoes many changes and gets distorted. It reorganizes itself during the period of rest, and thus a continuous process of creation, preservation, and destruction. Reorganization and recreation goes on forever. Tantra believes that as long as the phenomenal world exists, it is the universal mother who is the creator, preserver, and destroyer. Thus, she should be washed up as an aspect of the divine. When the motivating force behind this eternal play that creates the illusory world of phenomena, it is the power of desire. Oh, it's going into some other shit. I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I ain't trying to make the video super long. So, Shakti and Shiva, the divine masculine, divine feminine. When they come together, whenever they unite, because remember, the idea isn't for one to overpower the other. The idea is for the energies to unite in perfect harmony. When they come together, then they create the Godhead. So if you think about with like Christianity, when they talk about the Holy Trinity, right? They say, what, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. That shit springs from the science of being the Holy Trinity is mother, father, child, meaning is the divine and the feminine uniting to create the ultimate, to raise up God. All right, so this is the same as when you balance your divine masculine and divine feminine within you, you raise up Kundalini energy. Otherwise, you raise up your God self. This goes on to the story of Adam and Eve, right? That's just a metaphor dealing with the divine masculine and divine feminine energy, right? The serpent in the garden representing Kundalini. So let's see. In all creation, you see masculine and feminine energy. Not only with the humans, but look at the animals, right? Even if we're dealing with plants, you had the male and the female. I DJ on the weekends, right? And with the sound equipment, with the speaker wires, they are called male and female. One goes into the other. So yeah, the idea is for us to balance our energies. Not get caught or not stay caught in a game of tug of war with one versus the other. That's the ultimate battle. The ultimate battle is within. So I just grabbed this book to show this picture. Now we talking about the masculine and feminine energy and these energies uniting as opposed to remain in conflict. In this symbol, you see the male body up top with the women's breast. The goat head, you see the animalistic self combined with the higher self. That's why you're seeing the wings. The duality, he's pointing up and pointing down. as above, so below. You see the Kundalini rising up, right? The two serpents, masculine and feminine energy, intertwining together to rise up. And they're biting that ball right there is representing the third eye. So I never heard nobody say that, but that's where the Kundalini rises up to. It's like up there, the third eye, right? Enlightenment. See, sitting on top of the earth, symbolizing that it has mastered humanity. Is no longer trapped in polarity. Each and every one of us, we have both masculine and feminine energy within us. If we just look around at our outside world, we have daytime, the sun, masculine. Nighttime, the moon, feminine. This pair of opposites are inseparable, as they say. Like, this is in everything in creation. It says the universe itself is created from these energies. So anyway, like I said, I ain't had too much to go on about that. So I'm gonna leave it there.